1,000 calories, a pain in the ass. He hopes this will always last, even bring the fun to the masses. Rolling to 20 and beating every dungeon classes, with goofy faces and voice all over the places. He hopes to never give up on his dreams, to bring joy and even the facts with his last podcast. Every week and stream his friends to bring that energy like big booty claps. He never gets angry but sure can get scared. With anime on his side, he's always prepared. Even though he's the grumpiest of bears, this bear is always cool in his chair. Till the end, his dreams always beware, cause he coming after you and hopes you'll be there. To hope you'll have a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love. Good night. Have a good night, good life. Grumpy Bear has always been there, even when life isn't fair, even when no one is there. He's thinking of you with love and care. Even if he's safe like I care, he still give you a big hug with love and hair. With his kind words, he's never afraid to share, giving you that good bear stare. Even his king, so beware, cause every weekend that stream setting in his chair, on every platform that he can share, just as long as he knows you'll be there. So let him say this again to make it clear, the life isn't fair. He will be there just cause he wants you to be there. So wish you a good day, good night, and as always have a good life. Much love. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love. Good night. Have a good night, good life. Grumpy Bear has always been there, even when life isn't fair, even when no one is there. He's thinking of you with love and care. Even if he say like I care, he still give you a big hug with love and hair. With his kind words, he's never afraid to share, giving you that good bear stare. Even his king, so beware, cause every weekend at 6:30 is bound to be there. Stream setting in his chair, on every platform that he can share, just as long as he know you'll be there. So let him say this again to make it clear, the life isn't fair. He will be there just cause he wants you to be there. Wish you a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love. Good night, good night, good night. Much love. Good night. Have a good night, good life. The grumbliest of bears loves to play, to make people laugh in every way. His jokes are sometimes crude and sometimes ass. With his wife of 15 years that is always having his back, even when his dogs and cat are being a pain in the ass. He hopes this will always last, even bring fun to the masses. Rolling 20 and beating every dungeon classes, with his goofy faces and voice all over the places. He hopes to never give up on his dreams, to bring joy and even the facts. With his last podcast every week, and stream his friends to bring that energy like big booty claps. He never gets angry but sure can get scared. With anime on his side, he's always prepared. Even though he's the grumpiest of bears, this bear is always cool in his chair. Till the end, his streams always beware, cause he's coming after you and hopes you'll be there. To hope you'll have a good day.
Alrighty then. Okay. Thank you for those who are here. We are starting a little late today. We had a few things I had to do. Clover had to get a few things. They're getting ready for the Halloween coming up soon. I get they're all excited. We got some interesting things to talk about today. I got interesting discussions. The thumbnail is already out, so hopefully it looks decent. I was running a short period of time, so I was trying to quickly make a thumbnail going out. So right now you just got done showing me, or Corey just got done showing me his sons. His sons going to be, one to be Goku, and the other one's going to be Deadpool. Two of the most one of my favorite. You know, when it comes to DC and anime, I absolutely love Deadpool. Love the movie. Then again, I. I know for your kids, Corvo, there are special exceptions to the rules, but with most kids, Deadpool, I wouldn't want my kids to be really idolizing Deadpool, considering that what he really stands for is can be a little like, whoa, kid, don't replicate. Just think it's cool, but don't replicate.
Listen, just remember, if you put a Deadpool and a Wolverine together, holding hands, listening to Madonna, fucking invincible.
Yes. Me and my wife were definitely saying that movie has a lot of fanfare for the women in that movie. That's definitely during that scene. And my wife's like, "Oh, his veins are popping out." Like, yeah, it's called dehydration, honey. His veins are starving.
One of the things I found funny is all the way through the movie, he's giving him shit because he's wearing the Wolverine suit. He's like, "Yeah, you kind of let yourself go under there and shit. You know, talking shit."
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, the top part of the costume blows apart, and there's all those fucking abs, and he just looks like shit.
But yeah, thank you for those who are here. We know we start every Friday at 5 o'clock Central Time. Thank you for joining us today. If you're on the YouTube, I hope it somewhat works. But I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not going to be quite working the way I want it to work, where it's supposed to be a full, just horizontal portrait mode. But if you're on your phone, hope it works in some way, because it's supposed to be portrait. And I pulled it myself, and it's like landscape with a portrait in the middle. It's going to be weird, but hopefully this will go to YouTube live shorts. Hope we get some new people to check out our channel and give us a watchy loo. For everybody else, still banned on YouTube. Yay, nice. How you get banned on YouTube? Okay, weird. Apparently LP is banned on YouTube. Good job. Making a new account and hoping they don't realize who you are. And then go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bolster my numbers. Expressing my opinion. Yeah, you can't do that on the internet no more. Especially since they're a private company. They can do and say whatever they want. Private company, my ass.
I agree.
So, thank you for those who are watching. Again, be sure to like, share, and leave a comment. If you're watching the VODs, if you're in live chat, be sure to join us in the conversation and get in the discussion thing. So far, I've been getting a lot of love of me playing Core Keeper. I appreciate those who've been watching those VODs and those who've been actually during the live streams. Apparently, Core Keeper is a pretty popular game right now.
Stealthy wants to know if you want a picture of what it looks like.
Yes.
The up and bottom. Yes.
Yes.
Welcome. Fuck y'all.
Oh, great. It does look good. Good.
Magnetic.
Yes. You can actually put things in here.
So let's just jump into the first little chit chat we're going to be going to. And now I'm going straight into what I made the thumbnail all about, because I've been, oh man. Okay. So I want to get your thoughts of this in the first place. Is this collaboration an L or a W in your opinion?
Okay. So I'm going to say out the gate, I'm a little biased. Because first, I was a McDonald's kid growing up.
Yeah.
And secondly, I like Genshin Impact.
Yes.
So you put two of my favorite things together. And now I'm a fat kid in my chair playing Genshin. I don't know that I'm not happy about it. I'm kind of like,
You mixed feelings
I'm down
with it?
with it.
Yeah. I've always like, to me, anytime something became a McDonald's kid meal, it's almost like a way of saying you made it. Like whatever
that's
made,
exactly what I was
you
just
made
thinking.
it.
I was thinking the
Because
same shit.
you can't be in a McDonald's a Happy Meal and not say that you are a trendsetter. You are a global brand. You are known across multiple regions and multiple cultures, because they're not just going to pick up some no name small game from us only from Japan and then ship it across America, and everybody be sitting there going, "What is this?" Like just last week before this happened, there was Hello Kitty and Yu-Gi-Oh. Everybody knows what that is. Don't matter where you are, where you're from.
They do Pokemon, they do Squashmallows, they do. I mean, if you make it to a McDonald's Happy Meal, cuz you done something.
You done something.
I will say the only thing I have a problem with is they're offering this meal as a crispy chicken meal, and damn it, I like burgers.
But their apple pie is good. Now, I will say this. I'm glad they did it, right? For one thing, it shows an example that all these people that are haters, all these people that are giving the game such flack, giving it such a negative spin, and I get it. Some might be warranted. I completely understand if it's warranted to you, sure. But you cannot deny that this game's already 4 years old and is still going and is still very popular. And now McDonald's, of all companies, is going to, hey, we want to collab with you. Please come to our store. And it's been a thing. So we're gonna go over a couple of things here. Then again, what's your thoughts on only getting digital goods? Is digital goods just as good? Because I'm like, oh man, I would kind of like I don't know, a kind of toy. Consider I'm a collector. I got toys.
Right. Well, listen. I look at it like this. I feel like they're targeting an audience that they know they have a basis with.
Yes.
That, okay. So Genshin Impact players are always doing whatever they can to get a fucking promo.
Yes. Always.
Okay. So you tell a Genshin Impact player go drop $6, $7 on a fucking Happy Meal, and you get promos too, and an apple pie, motherfucker. We there. Okay.
Yes.
Would I like to have a toy? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at it like this: that might have been one of their. Let's make sure people understand that we're not aiming solely at young kids.
Okay.
Okay. Because like you've seen it as well as I've seen it. I'm sure Stealthy's seen it. I don't see where there's a problem with kids like my youngest playing Genshin.
Yeah.
But some people look at it as because of physique on certain characters, it may not be appropriate for younger ages. They may have been taking that into account, saying, let's not give toys that have those types of physiques and stuff to these kids if there's already parents monitoring this. Let's be respectful of that, but let's put something in there for the kids and the adults that are, allowed to play it, that'll be beneficial to them.
Mm-hmm.
Not only will it feed them, but it'll feed their game,
Yeah.
So it could have been that.
Possibly.
Not saying
yes.
that I wouldn't. Not saying that I wouldn't like a toy, but I can see where they may have been trying to be respectful of certain parents' viewpoints,
especially in the States, considering how some of them are a little hinged. Okay, I don't know what she's looking at right now, so
turn it to the camera. Decided to stare at adults this year.
Check engine. Anyways, but yeah, Pesley says beautiful game. About time the fifth fast food place collab. They need to do Ronald McDonald characters in Genshin Impact. That would be cool. Yeah. So before we get into too much, at one time Genshin Impact did a collaboration with KFC, and then they had a KFC bucket and a KFC collaboration, and you had a KFC wing. But the problem is, it's only in China, a select places, maybe in New York and California,
right?
And then like maybe Japan. But that was it, right? If you couldn't go there, you couldn't get these wings or the glider from that collab. Well, about a couple months ago, they decided to go, hey, everybody can get it. If you subscribe to certain streamers, you can get the KFC wings, which some people did it, but unfortunately, I was not one of them. But it's nice to be going, hey, now we're going to get the McDonald's glider, which is okay. I wouldn't have mind if they would have done a you know, I remember like back in the 90s, they had a Pokemon the Pokemon card, golden cards that Burger King was doing, and he had to go there like every month or so or every week to try to see what card they had on sale so you can buy it from McDonald's. It was a special, like, it wasn't like a kids meal, it was like an actual box you buy just for them since they collabed with Pokemon. It's the golden cards. Remember that? Little golden cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish they would do something like that would get you impact. Would have been maybe not a toy, but a cool collectible you could have gone up there to buy. But here's the thing. Okay, so the past, let's see, I want to say going on 3 days, maybe 4. When the thing first launched, you open it in your app because it's only app only. You could not go in store and order this. All right, so it's tied to an account. You go into the app, you see the item. You can either buy per account, either the McChicken deal or an apple pie. Notice what I say: per account and or, not and, or both. It's or. So either you buy the chicken meal or you buy the apple pie. The chicken meal comes with the apple pie, by the way, as well. Once you get it, you'll get a little box. This little box right here, which I've not done eating mine, with both characters on both sides.
Right.
QR code on top of it does not get you the item itself. The QR code just brings you right back to the app going, hey, or you want to order this? As if you didn't just got done ordering the thing. I thought that was a little weird. So like, hey, I'm thinking this is a QR code to get your code for your item. No. So you have to have it connected to your account after you order it, and it'll be sent to you via email to that account's LinkedIn email. Here's the problem. The past 2 days or more, you could not order this menu. Even though it was on the app, the moment you click on the order, it goes straight to the menu, and there is no Genshin Impact collab orders to be chosen. So if you wanted to maybe try to get it, you had to order either McChicken or an apple pie. Problem is, if you did that, it did not count as you purchasing the item. So you could not get your Genshin Impact items. Do you imagine what that might have happened? Because of that, Corvo, can you give a guess what happened because of that?
People were pissed off.
Yes, and not just pissed off. Stealthy would have hated been working for McDonald's because they broke the support hotline.
Holy shit!
They were calling millions, just in America, not in other states, in other countries as well, but just in America, millions per day, where the hotline was so what's the word for it? Like congested that no one can get them to actually pick up the call. You had to leave a callback number, and then if you did get a call, you got disconnected, which happened to my wife, and you had to keep on trying to call, and they couldn't get through. And those who did get through, you had to complain about they getting code to the email, and it took several hours, even after they complained, to get their code, and no one was able to order the actual Genshin Impact meal until today. So, in one way, this is a big W, but another way, that is a huge L. I don't know, like they want to do this again because how bad.
I don't think that's on Genshin Impact though. That's on McDonald's and the way they released it.
They did not see this coming, like at all. They did not see how big this would happen to people to wanting to get their whole hands on these things. Let's see. I just checked the area. Still have Hello Kitty in. Yeah, you just gotta do the app for the Genshin Impact. It's not like you can't go in store and go, yeah, Happy Meal, whatever. No. You have to go to the app to do it. So in one way, let me get your thoughts on it. I think this is this shows it's like kind of like Pokemon cards from McDonald's. This is to show them that they're gonna need to have higher demand, and they're gonna need to do this again. They're gonna have to do this again, because they're getting so many sales, so many purchases on it. It's congesting their things. And of course, I don't get this part, Corver. Can you believe this? They decided to have, when people order stuff, to manually put it in that you ordered it. Manually put it in. No automatic system for your order. manually. Can you imagine working for them right now?
Fuck that.
What are you looking at right now? You are.
I had to update my app.
Uh-huh.
And I just realized how many points I had. And I'm looking at it going, God damn, I haven't eaten McDonald's in a while.
Yeah.
But I got like 6,504 points.
We don't have any points because we don't eat from McDonald's very often, like ever. So this is a rare thing for us.
Ordered and eaten anything from McDonald's in probably 2 years, dude.
You still have those points too? I didn't know they
I
carried
got
over.
7,504 fucking points. I'm looking, I'm going, God damn, I can just order me some shit.
Yeah. So okay. Do you think they should use it again? And next time, what would you suggest if McDonald's would hear you? McDonald's would pick this up.
This is
What would
I
you
would
say?
do. What the biggest problem that I see is I feel like they didn't do enough focus group testing or stress testing before they launched it. Okay, stress testing. Because what they should have done is they should have looked at the popularity of the game.
Okay.
There should be stuff out there to help them kind of figure out of the average number of users on at one time, how many are likely to try to do this.
Okay.
And then they should have stress tested the system at probably 25 to 30% higher than that number.
Yes.
Because what that would have done is made sure that the system could handle the number plus overflow. Doesn't sound like they did that.
No.
So it sounds like that was a problem. That's why you got your congestion. That's why you got your fucking call center service fucking broken and shit.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of that is when before they released the actual ability to order to the public, they should have had a focus group that they released it to confirm that they could actually place the damn order.
Yeah, that part to me was like, how are you going to have this collaboration on day one and then no one can even make an order?
So, like, for me, another thing that I find stupid is why is it either or?
Yeah, I don't
Why
ask.
Why can't I get a meal and an extra pie?
Uh-huh.
Because I want the meal for what's in the meal, but I also want the pie for what the pie is.
Yes.
Why I got to make two separate orders?
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, in reality, you're not like saying, "Oh, we're going to stop them from buying both."
Yes.
Because if you're people like me, you're just going to log in and place one order for the fucking meal, and then turn around, log out, and log back in and place an order for a fucking pie, and still get them both.
Yes. Well, you had to do it on two different accounts. Like you do on your, like I did. I did one on my phone, my account, and I did one on my wife's phone on her account. So we're gonna get both codes, but like you have to have two phones with two different emails and all that stuff, and have to order two different things to get both codes. I don't like.
And see that to me, that's messed up too. Because if you have a family of multiple people, what happens if more than one person wants it?
Yeah, like the kids.
So, like, if I want the meal, but the kids don't want the meal, they want the pie.
Yes.
With a different meal, I can't even create the order tailored to my family.
Yes.
So that's another reason why I was updating my app, because, like I told you, that's something we're planning to try to do ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to place 20,000 fucking orders.
Yeah, and I don't know if the codes are even shareable.
Both.
Yes.
I want both.
Mm-hmm.
So that means at the bare minimum, 2 orders.
Yes. So like we were just saying, I think they should have done it where it was order as much as you want, but one of the codes is a one-time entry, right? Once your account has that code in your account, done. You don't get to put another that same code over and over and over and over again. Oh, you're a robot. We gotta figure out what that is about. You're a robot right now. I'm sorry. But keep on remembering what you're gonna say.
Well,
There we
what
go.
I'm saying is the problem with that is, yeah, I get it. One code for one account. But if I'm ordering for my family and everybody wants one, everything's under my email.
Mm.
So let's say Crimson, he plays Genshin.
Yeah.
You're telling me that he's got to have his own account to order his food at his age to be able to get the code?
McDonald's account. That's what that's what
Right.
they wanted you to do. Your McDonald's
Right.
account, not your kitchen
What
account.
about Sub-Zero?
Same thing.
He plays,
They
and
want
he's not old enough to have any fucking fast
Account.
food account because I
Yes.
can't afford the food he would order. Okay?
Yes.
So that's not really well thought through. What they should have done is had it set up to where when you could put multiple of them in your cart, and for each one of them, they should have had a place for you to put the email tied to each one of them.
Yes.
So that when you place the order, okay, this meal is tied to this email, this meal is tied to this email, this meal is tied to this email, everybody still got their codes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not letting my fucking teenager have a McDonald's account. I can't afford to feed him if he has his own McDonald's account because who do you think's paying that bill? It ain't him.
I fixed the background finally. What the heck? It's messing my face again. Oh, dang it. Anyways, I gotta fix that again. I'll fix it while we're chit-chatting. So, yeah, I don't really like it myself, and I kind of wish they would have kept it the way it was supposed to. Where if you order it, it should just give you a code, right? A glider code and a Primos and whatever code. And once you got that code, whoever's in your household just gets it. Or if you want to really be pedantic, have a code system where it gives you random codes, right? And if you want to buy like 5 or 6 not Happy Meals,
Genshin meals.
Genshin Meals or 5 or 6 apple pies, each one of them would have gave you a different code. All you had to do was, scan that QR code, go in there, put your order number, right? Like where your order number from your receipt into that, and it'll give you 5 codes for 5 different I don't know, something to just get rid of the whole single account, single mobile device, single item. But I guess they were trying to make that simpler so they didn't have the kerfuffle that they had anyways, because they decided not to make the app work.
It would have been
manually putting stuff in.
It would have been supremely simpler for them to put in the ability to type in an email per meal.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And then the codes for that meal was sent to that email. That person had their code.
Yes.
You didn't have to have 20 damn McDonald's accounts. You didn't have to have 20 emails. It was simple. That's simple.
Yes, simple.
But the problem is people don't do simple anymore. They want to overcomplicate shit. Trust me, I have spent my day staring at fucking scripts that are so overly complex and the damn code language is so full of fucking convoluted bullshit that don't even need to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't do shit except for just be in the way.
Yes.
That I still have not finished what I was doing.
Yes. Okay. So you want to see that? I want to see just a single code. I get it where they don't want to have a code that everybody can just share, because then everybody will just go online, share the code, and no one has to order any meal from McDonald's in order to get the items at all, which would be unfair, because I went there, I bought it, then everybody gets it online for free because someone shared it. That makes sense, right? And also, I want them to do this again. I want this to be an example of just because there's a few little haters out there, because there is a bunch of haters that just sees, just because they lost a couple $1 million compared to last, semester or last year, this game is too highly loved, it's too highly played, and there's still a demand for this. And I think it also shows an example of that if people love your video game and love your thing, you are rewarded for it if you keep your fans happy. And when they release stuff like this, it's just gonna make you look even better. And of course, like I said,
And again, this is the first time they've collabed with a system like this.
mhm,
They typically do, like you said, Pokemon cards or figurines and stuff. It's not that complicated.
okay,
This is a more complicated type of a situation. So, first time out of the box, you expect difficulties. You expect to be able to look back and say, I could have made this easier if I'd have done this, or if I'd done this, if I'd done this. It'll get better.
yes. Next time
But
they'll know what's going on.
right. They'll be like, oh shit, we could have done this, we could have done that, this would have been better, this would have made people happier.
hmm
But you don't know until you do it the first time.
Yeah.
So
I would like for the next time to do this. I like the digital assets. That's all fine and dandy. Maybe like make one item digital, but I would like the physical next time. Even if it's like a little clear. What's those things called? They're clear little miniature pictures on a clear ceramic, or not ceramic.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Acrylic.
Yeah, acrylic pictures, and have them in some McDonald's or casual clothes, and that's their little getting in tide kind of thing going on.
Great?
What?
You know what would really got traction is if the physical item had been a card.
A card? Okay. Yeah, from maybe the games, right?
Yep.
The games, yeah.
Yep.
Or if they want to go weird, maybe like a little cardboard Genshin in character with a cardboard wings. They actually can throw it and it would glide. Like just something. It's not very expensive. It's not very hard to please us. But yeah, those things would have been great. I think a physical thing would be a little bit more tangible. I'm trying to grab it again. This was like nice, but it doesn't do very much for me, right? It is still paper at the end of the day, right? Just like a card would be, or the little glider would be. But I don't really know. Like there's food inside of here, so I feel like it's a little contaminated. And yeah, I don't really want my food to be touching the item. I don't know, grease and stuff like that doesn't really mix very well. But it's still nice. But you could have used that for something else, like a card or a character or cutout. I don't know. But also, I wouldn't mind it also being like the Pokemon from McDonald's back in the 90s, where it was it was its own thing, and you went there and you bought just it, and it was, McDonald's got a cut of it, and the person that they're clapping, we got a cut of it, but, you got the real physical thing, right? I love that back in the 90s. I wish they would bring that back. They had plushies at one time. They had, Winnie's did. Plushies, Winnie's,
could you imagine getting like a Genshin, like a slime plushie or something? That would be badass.
Slime plushie, little plushies of the characters. If you want to make that too, something like that, a collectible again. But I think they're gonna do this again, and I hope they do. Even though it took them all the way to the day to do this.
Yeah, like a Genshin version of this, but smaller. That goes with your meal. That would be badass.
Just
imagine having all the elements. All elements. You could, this time you might get this element. This time you might get this one. That'd be badass.
Yeah. Do that, and I think they'd be going great. And I hope they do it soon. Again, because I know these take time to make and times to get to working and get together. I heard about it one day and I saw it on Twitter. I'm like, set the style thing. She went, oh my! I'm like, yeah. So I've been looking forward to this and glad it finally came out. Just sucked. It took them almost 3 days or 4 days to actually get the app running and going. Again, if everybody out there, I'm not sponsored by Get You the Pack, nor am I sponsored by McDonald's, but it is only in the phone app. So if you don't have a phone and a connected app, you cannot order it, and just go to the front page. It's right there. Click it to order, and you're off to the races. Now, we're going to check my email and see if I get it. If I don't get it within the next hour or so, well, I'm going to be on the phone call again. And I don't want to. It sucks. All right, so
when did you buy the meal?
I first bought the meal the very first day, but we couldn't actually bring up the actual meal on the app. So we went and bought the McChicken anyways, and the apple pie, and we didn't get nothing because there was no like actual way to click in the actual meal in the app. You have to do it. It brought you straight to the menu page, and there was no Genshin Impact collaboration item on the menu anywhere. And I checked every single listing, nothing. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just order the McChicken, the deluxe, and I'll get apple pie. There we go. Nah, it don't work like that way, cheap. That was day one. So fun, but it works now. So I guess. But yeah, like I said, this is the most McDonald's I've had in a long time, and I don't plan to do it again for another long time until they bring something else really cool. My wife got me this as well. She wants me to do this later today. So,
like, I hadn't told Stealthy yet, but babe, I just checked our account. We have 6,504 points.
hoping Genshin would be you'd be able to use the Genshin one for your points. Ah.
So we have points set up. So something we get will be free.
So I started a new, or I'm working on it. Already did the recording of it. I got a new series I want to work on. I want to start reviewing mangas, and I reviewed these 3 so far already. And I get your thoughts on it. My wife told me to ask y'all when I get the chance to talk to y'all. She said, barely there.
Yeah.
Yeah, barely there manga.
Barely there manga.
BTM. Not quite there. People get the wrong acronym for that one, but I heard that like BTM. Like, wait, is that a? I make sure that was a sexual thing. Like, wait, is that? No, it was not. I'm like, okay, good. We're close, but not there. We're missing the S apparently. Barely there. Social. BDSM.
BDSM.
Oh. Yeah. So I was like, okay, we're safe. We're safe.
Sounds like the kind of conversations we have during our campaigns. I mean,
so you've been working a lot on the for the campaign, the overlay, which you've been doing a great job. I've been letting you have that one because I think you're doing a great job as it is. Let you have at it, though. I want to tweak one part of it or one section of it. Like it's this time I want to be able to see rolling dice in some capacity, and I want to make us like top and bottom instead of all bottom.
So
during certain parts of combat.
I'm gonna leave mine like I made it, but the spot below where the DM is on the upper right, the reason that's blank there is because that's where the dice camera is gonna shoot.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. You did a great job with that. I hope everybody's excited for that. Hopefully, my brother is getting his kids and their friends ready. Because if they somehow all magically show up tonight or magically show up tomorrow, I might be doing a campaign tomorrow. We're gonna see how that goes. Right now, I am entire limbo because Clouder has been ghost on Discord, so I am completely lost. I'm gonna have to call him up and say, "Bro, what's up?" Because no response from him.
Did you see he rolled his D100?
No, I did not. What did he get?
Yeah, you should. And he got a 48, and Stealthy has listed what everybody got.
Yeah, my math stays great.
So you will be able to see what everybody got, and you're gonna laugh because everybody got really cool shit except for one unfortunate player.
Let's see. What did he get? 48. Holden says she's okay dokie. So your horror token is well be sort of a tiny clockwork figurine of a dancer that's missing a gear and doesn't work.
Creepy haunted music box, essentially.
Okay. So who's the unfortunate soul?
Read down the list and see who got the one item that doesn't appear to be all that amazing.
Okay, so we got a pearl necklace, a necklace of a sibling. That one was kind of like, wow, dead sibling. You have a dead sibling apparently. A child portrait, a tattered mask.
Wait. There's something important about that child portrait. It's a child portrait with the word born on it and next year's date. So it's the picture of a child that's not born yet.
Oh, that's weird and that's kind of unsettling. So I guess Sea Dragon character or somebody he knows will have a child and it's already been premeditated and already have a picture of it. Future telling. I think mine is great because I'm going Scarecrow. Like mine is just
Yeah,
perfect.
it was perfect for you.
Mine was perfect. I'm
Yep.
like Scarecrow, tattered,
Mine's
smelling
not
mask.
bad either
Great.
because with all the family ties and my backstory, it kind of flows.
Yeah, it kind of does hard. I'm going wow. Like there's like unfortunate dice rolls or stealthy is just playing a cruel trick on all of us. I don't know, but I.
Don't even try me, bitch.
She literally has a table in the book that she references what you rolled
I can show you the table.
versus the table, and it tells her what you get.
Yeah,
That was all us.
I can show you the table. I'm dead fucking serious.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Getting it all worked out and all situated. But we're trying to do it in October.
Should I fucking do?
Oh, you done stirred her up now, boy.
I
But
will
anyway-
show you. Oh God, that's a lot of words. That's all I see.
Okay,
What's that? Is that
so
1 through 100? Wait, I said 100.
I have 1 through 100 different horror trinkets.
You gotta go through all of them. It's
Yeah,
100
whatever
of
we
them.
rolled. It's just what we rolled.
But
So,
what I
like,
So, like, for number 1 is a picture you drew of as a child of your imaginary friend, aka Lambina.
that's the one I was telling you. If you look at it, out of all of them, it's the one that doesn't seem that out of. He got a 1 on a
100. Yeah.
Right on the day that you were born. I have these memorized, by the way. Just saying.
She's read them that
Okay.
much. List of loot you can get.
48.
Roll 100.
Any cardboard figurine of a dancer that's missing a gear and doesn't work. That's your brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. This is a sea dragon. A child's portrait with born written on the back along with next year's date. That's 56. There is where is it? 68. A pearl necklace that turns red under the full moon.
Mhm.
And then yours, sir, which was an 85, a tattered burlap mask with a crooked smile painted on it.
Yeah, I feel like something you can play with mine so many ways, and I hope you do.
dude, she can fuck with all of us so hardcore with those trinkets.
Yeah, but
But
like,
honestly, I'm surprised you didn't get number 37, sir.
what's
Well, then again,
37?
you rolled the die. 37 is a wolf's head wrought in silver that is also a whistle.
Ha! That'd have been really magical. A wolf's
Like
head.
I said, there is a lot of them. It is not to my fault.
And
you like the
and
ones
I
that
will
you
say
may
this,
have wanted.
guys. She has thoroughly been researching this campaign. Like I go and watch TV, and I look over there, and she's got this book like it's a fucking class book for school, and she's studying, and she's got a notebook that she's writing in. So I will say she'll probably be more prepared for this campaign than any campaign we've done. However, that
Right on
also
this page.
that also makes me very, very nervous.
Well, that's something to look forward to. Apparently, Lord Pestilence had his boss
I'm on
drive
this
up in the
page.
driveway.
I'm on this page.
You're on
So
that
that's
page.
page 108, and there are, because I don't count the animals,
Uh-huh.
like where the stats and everything for them is. Right there. Okay. 225.
You're on
I have this
225.
much left. I have
So-
read that much.
Oh
I
wow.
have this much left. I have that much left.
Wait a second, did y'all buy
I
all
am
y'all's?
working.
Did y'all buy all y'all books physical or digital?
No, just the campaign book.
Just the campaign
Just
book?
the
Okay.
campaign book.
The 2 campaign books are the only ones we bought physical.
Okay.
I will buy campaign books physical. I'm not really worried about getting like the dungeon manual
You
or
can
the
trade
monster
for them if
book,
we wanted to.
manual or anything because, well, they're manuals. You know, they give
Yeah.
you access to creatures and stuff inside the thing. But I like having the physical copy of those books because it takes a lot when you're not doing a one shot to study for one as a DM before you start it.
Yeah.
And you don't always want to sit in front of your computer to read that shit. So
See this? That's my note. This is like if I decide I don't want to use any of the domains, spooky, creepy domain creation. This is where I need to find it, okay? I'm making notes. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, gotta make those notes or you're gonna be lost in the weeds. That's why I got this little book here all the time. Okay, so looking forward to that. Hopefully we get the campaign going tomorrow. Hopefully y'all look forward to that and have something to be excited for. But if they don't come in through tomorrow, well, I guess I'll be playing some more Core Keeper.
Let me ask him this: what time is he wanting to do the update?
If y'all play tomorrow, what time are y'all wanting to play?
That's why I was hoping to get a hold of Clouder, because Clouder is, like I said, he's been AFK for me, answering my questions. I'm kind of hoping we'll start at the same time, either 4 or 5 o'clock. Same time as our regular campaign.
Around 4 or 5 o'clock. His time.
There is a reason I asked. Give me a second.
Hold on, she's checking something.
No, not that chat. This chat. That's the chat. Yeah, I know darn well that I posted more stuff in here. Where is it?
Anyway, but so there's all of that.
Here it is. 12 to 2 p.m. our time, so we should be good.
Yeah. So what she was doing was checking. We have a bowling tournament tomorrow for work.
Yeah.
Between 12 and 2 my time.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to make sure that she was available if you needed her.
Yeah.
During the time that you do yours, because just in case you like need to message her for a question or like, hey, I don't remember how we did this.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. And we'll be good. So if y'all do and you run into something, message us. I probably will put y'all up and watch it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm kind of going through withdrawals.
Okay. Well, we'll hopefully figure that out and get that sorted, and hopefully I'll find out before that time. It's no real telling, but if I get no response by him tonight, I'll probably have to call him like tomorrow evening, or not tomorrow midday, and just so I can get everything situated and figure out if we need to reschedule it. But I want to get it done before our actual Halloween extravaganza. You know, I went to McDonald's and Walmart, and I was trying to look for some Halloween costumes for adults. They're these same classic, like, Goofy, like Mario, like that kind of stuff. I'm like, man, I want to, like, they had a Bleach one there. I'm like, I would so do Bleach. I love, like, Bleach was one of my favorite. I already had the mask. I just need a costume. I would so dress like Bleach, and they don't got one. All for kids. I'm like, damn it. And then like you tell me Deadpool, I'm like, oh.
See, that's why I go to a place called Spirit Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even have to have a store. You can literally order that shit online, they'll send it to you.
Yeah.
And they got Bleach, they got Deadpool, they got all kinds of shit. They got fucking Demon Slayer. They got all kinds of stuff. If you want something that's a little more extravagant, but not necessarily themed after something specific character, they've got steampunk, they got pirates, they got vampires, they got. And when I say nice, you seen my pirate outfit last year, right?
Yeah.
I bought that from there.
Oh, okay. You got blue.
So,
you got blue beard withdrawal. Maybe I'll color my beard in the next couple of days. I haven't done it in a while either. I still have plenty of the dye left. Promise, I never actually bought the blonde stuff, so I could actually get the actual color out of my beard, so I actually can color it better. But okay. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it. Last year I dressed up like the No Face from Howl's Moving Castle. Not Howl's Moving Castle. Spirited Away, and I gave away Pokemon cards for only one family, my neighbors. I got still a lot of Pokemon cards from last year that I need to give away to, but the problem is around here they have pretty much the same thing everybody else does. They have a little church.
I'm gonna give you a hint as to what me and Stealthy are this year.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But I think the people around my neighborhood go to the church event and go do trick-or-treating around the church rather than go door to door. I just missed the day where door to door was what's the thing to do. And apparently if I don't live in that neighborhood or if I don't go to that church, I can't really give away my cards. I don't know what I'm gonna do this year, but hopefully somebody still does, because I would like to do it. Anyways, So let's jump into the next topic, and I think this is a topic that won't get me in too much trouble, and I think it's a topic we can maybe have a little laugh about, but at the same time have a little bit of like a thing here. Do you follow a lot of like what's the way like celebrity information, celebrity news, celebrity this, celebrity that?
It kind of depends. I will admit I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to that. It depends on who the celebrity is. I'm not gonna
Okay.
waste my time to just read every little thing that comes out. It has to catch my attention, something that I am interested in for me to want to read it.
Okay. So if I were to say the name P. Diddy, would you know that one?
I know that one, yeah.
Okay. So you probably heard around your own office space, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been making a lot of jokes this week, so I've been having a little fun with it because I think it's freaking funny. Did you hear what they found in his place? And I'm not talking about anything like CP. I'm talking about the other shit they found in his place.
No, I hadn't paid any attention to it.
Apparently, they found over 1,000 bottles of baby lotion and dildos. Yeah. Apparently, this guy was doing freak offs and then recording it and using it as blackmail. But yeah, they found a bunch of baby lotion and dildos in this guy's house, and I'm just thinking, why would you need that many? Was like 4 or 5 going to be good enough for you? Like, you ever heard the song? So take one down, pass it around. 99 on the wall. That kind of thing. Like. He was literally living that for real. He was like, okay, here's one. Pass it down. There you go. Pass it down. Okay, there's another one. Why would you need that many toys in your house and that much baby lotion? I don't use baby lotion, but what exactly is baby lotion for? Can someone tell me?
It's lubrication, son.
Wait, you can use that as... I thought you need some other kind of special stuff, because I thought that might be like affect you.
It's baby lotion. It is completely halogenic. So it doesn't. I mean, you couldn't put it on a bare baby if it would break them out.
Okay. I've seen like some girls online.
And it's probably not baby lotion. It was probably baby oil.
Baby oil. Okay. But I see people like put the baby oil and then rub it in and they start dancing. That kind of thing. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But
baby oil is what people used before we started coming out with his and her oils and shit like that.
Okay.
So it's all about the ease.
Okay. So of course he got in trouble for racketeering, these wild parties of his and using stuff as blackmail, trafficking of certain things, and he's gone to jail now. He's not in jail yet, but he's in incarceration, and he's now in like suicide watch. So apparently he is a little panicked because we don't want him to do anything crazy while he's there. But he's going to be in trial for all these things, and I've always said, don't let fame and wealth get to your head, but at the same time, don't idolize people, right? Because just because you idolize them doesn't mean that there's nothing, like they're just human, just like any one of us. And power and money can get your head so easily if you're not careful that you forget what is normal, and you start seeking more and more of it, and power over people, things you're not supposed to have, all that kind of stuff. So if you're out there and if you're listening to any, hell, if I became famous, for anybody out there ever get famous, don't just take me and say, just don't idolize me just to idolize me. Please don't do that. There is a such thing as I'm a human. I might say something that you might not always agree to. I might think something you might not always agree to. Be self-aware and be, self-imposing. But at the same time, don't idolize your fans, because they're kind of crazy. And I when I heard that, I was like, man, it's like every single celebrity online, everybody's celebrity. It's like all the dirt's coming out this year. Everybody's dirt's coming out this year when it comes to celebrities and rich and famous people. And it's so abrupt. But I'd still, thousands of them, baby lotions and dildos. so I can't really censor that because no other words of that word would clarify what it is. Even if I say sex toys, still the same. I was having so much fun making jokes of this. So I thought that was kind of funny, and I thought you'd make a little crack out of it.
I have a picture in my mind of P Diddy having like 1,000 women at his house and going, "All right, on your mark, get set, go. Who's gonna get there quicker?" You know. Oh, you were 2.3 seconds slower than last time. We got to get that stamina up. Come on, girl.
Yeah, it's like let's see how many you can put in and squeeze out. Like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sounds like he was training somebody for a new Olympic sport. I mean,
you must take all things in shapes and sizes. Oh God, that's a new way of putting it. New spin. So of course, if you miss one, how would you know, right? Not like you're going every single day going 1, 2. We're missing one. We're missing one.
Where's the polka dotted one? It was my favorite. It had wrist action.
Who borrowed it? Come on, bring it back. That's my favorite. But it's just wild to think of that this is what is going on. Of course, the Twitter's making all kinds of jokes, making all the memes. Somebody's already said like 5 nights at instead of 5 nights at Freddy, 5 nights at Diddy's house. I'm like, wow.
Damn.
Going there. Okay, so do you have anything like any topics really this past week?
Yeah, I got something. This is not a topic. This is based on some information I had posted to you yesterday. So told you that I was gonna. I got a new machine set up and everything for my print streams. Told you I had a couple of breakages, right?
Yeah.
Figured out what the breakage is and what was causing the breakage, and it is. You know how when you do something for a long time, sometimes shit that you know better comes around and bites you in the ass because you don't think about it. It's not something that happens very often.
Yeah.
Well, apparently I hadn't replaced my nozzle in a very long time, and it got old. So it started clogging, and when it can't push through, it break the filament. So
yeah.
that's not a bad fix. Normally you can heat it up, pull your filament back, let it cool off, take your nozzle out, swap it, right?
Yep.
That works if you can find your pack of spare nozzles.
That might be helpful.
So I'm like, hey, I can't find mine. Crimson has some, right? Because I know he's got some. Because when he bought his printer from you, we bought him some extra stuff.
Yeah.
So he goes in there and grabs his packs of nozzles and brings them out there. He's got 3s. He's got 6s. He's got 8s. But he has no 4s. What is the most common nozzle size? And I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, well, I could go reslice this thing and say, larger nozzle and put a different. I don't want to do that. I like the quality of the 4. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm pissed off because I'm fixing to start printing the dice trays with the cool filament that I bought. I wanted to stream it. I go online and I'm looking and I found these nice nozzles. They are hardened steel. Supposed to hold up longer, supposed to heat up faster. They're even chambered on the inside to almost eliminate clogging.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, shit, I guess I'll have to wait a couple of weeks until my free money comes around. Yeah. And I'll buy me some. So show you how stupid I am. Forgot that I hadn't used all my free money. So I sent Stealthy a message that, hey, I found the nozzles I need. You don't have to wait, though, to start on those trays until such and such. And then she replies back, don't you still have some free money? I'm like, huh? So I go and look. I'm like, son of a bitch. So they should be here tomorrow. I'll show you what they look like. But the box I got, these are legit reality. The new technology, chambered and everything.
Yeah.
it comes with, I think it's like 4 4s, 2 6s, 2 8s, you know, some various sizes.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really excited because these nozzles are pretty badass.
Well, good for you. Glad for you. Hope they come that good, and hope that you actually start printing, because I was gonna like watch you, but every time I pull up the thing, I'm like, wait, did I miss it? Damn it! And I'm like, did I miss it? And he's like, no, I didn't start. I'm like, okay, good, I didn't miss it. But anyways, okay, so real quick though, 2 topics real fast though. Remember last week we talked about Concord, and I could not remember how much this game cost, whatever. It
Yeah.
cost Sony $400 million to make.
Oh, that reminds me. Go ahead. That reminded me. Keep going.
And they lost that. Like, they got $1 million back. So they lost $399 million worth of revenue for this game. So good job, Sony. And the second one is apparently Power World's getting sued by Pokemon.
That's it.
Yeah. So
Not just Pokemon. It's not just Pokemon.
Not just Pokemon. Who else is suing them?
No, Pokemon and Nintendo.
I hope they lose. I do. I'm sorry. I hope they lose. And just two factors. Two easy factors. They don't really have the. They don't really have a. Well, they supposedly have a patent on traps, aka the Pokeballs, and the idea of capturing them, and the ball shaking.
So here's something else. Do you know why it took them this long to go after them?
No, my assumptions are different things. Okay,
I can tell you because Stealthy clued me in on this last night. Nintendo was already in a lawsuit with somebody else over something else, and they just got it settled and it's over with, and they didn't want to have, you know, a bunch of them going on at once.
So they didn't want to have the spice. Okay, so what's your thoughts on them trying to sue them for the idea of capturing monsters with a trap, Pokeballs, and then the balls shaking? Like, that's what they're suing them for. Not for design, not for...
Here's the thing. This is what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a legitimate patent,
Yeah.
like if they legitimately patent that shit, and someone used it without their permission, they have grounds.
Mm-hmm.
100% they have grounds.
Yes.
Now, if it was anything else, if it was just like, hey, art style or something, I mean, really, everybody uses everybody's art style,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in games. But if they have a specific patent...
How specific are you saying? Like,
when I say...
Can't hear.
Power World is basically Pokemon. They just took the skins off the Pokemon.
What I say specific is if they legitimately state capturing monsters,
Yeah,
using a means of trapping that monster, and that means physically shaking upon capture.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I'm a mine is if the patent has more, like, the more specific it is, right? Spherical ball with a button on the front of it that can open and close. Like, the more specific the word it is, the more you can have grounds for lawsuit.
But
if
you're looking at it from the standpoint of not the company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you're a company and you don't want people to steal your ideas, you're going to make it as vague as possible.
Yeah.
The reason you make it vague is because that almost guarantees no one's going to want to fuck with any kind of idea with it.
So they're less
likely. Right.
They're less,
they're less, right. It's a money thing. Okay. Yeah. So, sorry to say, there's no law against that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like me saying if I had patented round semi-cylinder container that holds, you know, different types of sauces, these motherfuckers would pay me money.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say specifically this sauce, that sauce, or nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we
earlier this week, which is why it wasn't until Thursday, Pokemon reportedly won a $15 million legal fight against several Chinese game developers it had accused of infringing its copyright.
Chinese, yep. China's like really bad about taking people's IPs and not giving two hoots of a dang because their laws in China is very, very loose when it comes to copyright and fair use.
I can tell you because I work for a now multi-billion-dollar company.
Mm-hmm.
We had places in China. There's a reason why we're not in China anymore.
Yeah.
They have laws there.
Yeah.
And the laws pertain to network traffic in and out of their country.
Mm-hmm.
They specifically have set up laws so that outside countries coming in go through specific network ports and paths in to their country. That is so they could track everything you're sending in.
Yeah.
Okay. However, on the flip side, they also have regulations that say outgoing to your country, if you don't give them access to all these ports coming in, they won't do business with you. So they want to limit what you can send in, but not what they can send out.
Yeah. They want to make sure it's in their favor. And the reason why I want Nintendo and Pokemon, and again, for anybody who's questioning, I am a freaking fan of Nintendo. No duh. Just in case anybody has any questions of my legality, I love Nintendo and I love Pokemon in every single regards, but I want them to lose because as a fan of the games, I've been asking personally for some changes to make it a little more new, crisp, some new ideas, maybe bring it to the more, not saying adults, but make it more fun for the older generation of Pokemon, not just the kids. And they never done it. And now some other company finally does it, and Nintendo wants to sue them.
Hold on. Say that again.
Okay. The reason that it took them this long as well is they were getting all the evidence against them.
Well, yeah, and only evidence they can get was the capturing of the other things.
No,
and shaking.
that's a rumor, sweetie.
No,
They have not revealed it.
Stealthy, yes, there's already a law document. There's already been written documents of the lawsuit, and it shows.
It is not the only thing, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That is the only. It's only rumored because it's the only thing that's come out.
Okay.
They have multiple.
Well,
patents.
Nintendo's only said of 2 patents, capturing and the shaking the ball. So only 2 patents have been stated so far. So
Those are the only ones that have been released so far and leaked.
That's the only ones that they have said that they're specifically going to them about.
I don't think there's been leaks. I believe someone said they just got it from the courts. Like, Nintendo's already put those out. So if there is more, they have not released them yet. But those was not leaked. They're not leaked. They just Nintendo released it.
To understand is Nintendo themselves did not release that. That was somebody else.
From the courts.
Yeah, from the courts. But Nintendo didn't release it. So they've only released
the information to what has been said so far.
Yeah. Right.
But if that's the only thing that they're suing for, that's literally it. I don't think
waiting months and collecting.
I would say if they're actually collecting evidence, just from someone that works in a big company, if they're actually collecting evidence, they may actually have they may have been going through code and finding actual copy and paste code pieces.
Yeah, code would be definitely a infringement. If you tell you
here's an example.
Code.
Here's an example. My company, won a lawsuit with another company. The reason we won that lawsuit is somebody literally stole the code for our homepage where our orders go through.
Yeah.
And the only thing they changed was the image files
It's how they
on there. So all that code in the background, though, other than where it says reference this image,
Yeah.
all that code was stolen.
Yeah.
So, not saying that's what happened, don't get me wrong. But if they at
Fine
any
code.
point took any of like a Pokemon
Robot, 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 robot.
what I was saying was that at any point, if they actually took code and all they did was like slap a different skin on the monster, oh, dude, they're in for some deep shit.
Yeah.
There's a possibility when you look at that game. That's exactly what they did.
Well,
I don't know.
Some people it's like okay, the models are the same, but then people took the actual models themselves, put them 1-to-1, did not match at all. Even though they have very similar things, and they're like, okay, well, they're similar enough. I'm like, well, then look at Digimon and Pokemon, or Dragon's Quest and Pokemon. That's a moot point. And that's like,
yeah.
The difference with that, though, if you think about Digimon versus Pokemon, you have to look at the evolutions. They're not one to one. When you look at, for example, Blitzkin versus, I know there's one of those pals out there looks exactly like Blitzkin. I don't care how you fucking like changed the thing trying to say it's not one. It literally they just recolored it.
No. All the models, everybody took every single model because trust me, they were trying to find this and online on YouTube videos. I saw Blitzkin. You're thinking about Electric Buzz. They took it one by one, not even close into in size. Now fatness and maybe skin, like yellow and red, yellow and black, close enough. But
the thing is size doesn't matter. What matters is the code that has what the character does.
Oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then we're just like, okay, if the codes were matched 1-to-1, like here's a code for electric attack and here's a code for electric attack in the code, and that's 1-to-1, okay. But then saying, okay, creature can shoot out electric from its body, and I'm like, wait, you're gonna try to have a copyright on? I'm just saying as an analogy, copyright on a creature that can shoot electric from its body? Like, can you have a copyright on that?
Right, that doesn't work. But like you said, if how code works when you're writing it, it's not general. It's not like creature shoots electricity. It is literal. It's this creature does this from this because of this due to this. That's how they take their actions.
Yeah, it's like a math problem.
Right. So it doesn't matter if you reskin it or if you make it a little taller or a little shorter. If the code that dictates what the character does is copy and paste, then you stole the character.
Yeah. So let's
doesn't matter if you rename it, you change the color, you make it bigger, shorter, fatter, skinnier.
Yeah. So it's like a math code. if your math code if a math code ends up to be a number of 25, right? Whatever numbers you do, it equals 25. But then you do a different math code that also equals 25. That's a differential of the two. But if they have the same way of doing 25 as the other company did 25, then that's copying. So if they did that, yeah, all the grounds. But Nintendo has been known for trying to sue Digimon and Dragon Quest for copying, even though they did the things first and had the art style and the idea of fighting monsters and monsters with abilities. They try to steal Digimon, and they both lost those lawsuits, mind you. That's why they were able to keep on going. But Nintendo tried to sue them for those things. So I feel like if this is on the same grounds that they're trying to sue for, I hope this is a wake up Nintendo. Please stop trying to do games just for kids. Try to aim for your adults. I'm not saying anything sexual, anything violent, like blood and gore, but like try to do something that will appeal to me and not just the same old things you've been doing for the past 20 years or 30.
It's an example like Monster Rancher. Monster Rancher had a game, and Monster Rancher had a TV show. Didn't last very long. Why? Why did it not last long?
Because Pokemon's popular.
when they dug down into it, and you take the generalization of the story aside, and you look at the individuals, it was copy and paste characters. I love Monster Rancher.
Me too.
I loved it. I loved it 100%. I thought some of the monsters in Monster Ranchers were badass compared to all the rest of them, especially old Wolf dude with the lightning shit. I loved his ass.
I like the TV story, this TV series story more than I like Pokemon because, like, I love Pokemon, but the story, there was actual story there. There was actually a villain, a plot, the character development. Pokemon was, Pokemon was
I still remember that motherfucker's name. I wanted to choke his ass out.
And I love the little eyeball creature. Like he was a fun character.
Sleevoid, dude. The little Sleevoid. See, I was a fan of the wolf. I love the fucking wolf.
You like the wolf? Yeah. So, but like, back then, like everybody, like soon as Pokemon became a thing, everybody started making spin-offs. Like everybody started making their own little version of, for like I said, Digimon, Monster Hunter World, even Yu-Gi-Oh was partially close to Pokemon in a sense, but there was cards that monsters that walked around. There was a bunch of spin-offs, but Nintendo tried to sue a lot of them, and Nintendo lost a lot of them. So
they did the same thing with Power Rangers, dude. Power Rangers came out and they were popular. And how many fucking different types of power
battle boards?
We had Beetle boards.
Yeah, that one. I love that.
Shit like that. And I'm like, okay, so we got power. It's just Power Rangers, just
Beetle form.
Yeah,
I love that one. That was great. So yes, I want this to be, because I'm at the same time I don't want Nintendo to win, because I feel like if Nintendo does win, and they're right, let's say they are right, then that would just stifle anybody else trying to implement the same idea, trying to make the idea better, grow it, and have diversity, than just this Pokemon being this dominant person that does does monster capturing and gathering and fighting, and then all the adults are just.
I see that point of view, but at the same time, as an artist, I'm going to appeal to you as an artist.
Yes.
And someone that loves manga. If you wrote a manga that was hugely popular, and then somebody took that exact same manga word for word, but just changed what the characters look like, would you not want to defend your shit?
I would want to defend my stuff in ways that they could differentiate the two of them. Like okay, you can take the idea, but don't do word for word.
Popular to begin with,
But
and they stole it, and they're getting popular.
Okay, but here's the problem with that: if there's no actual real repercussions other than you speaking out. If you don't take any legal repercussions, if they're not actually punished for stealing what you did,
yes,
that's not going to deter anybody else from doing it. And then people that make a living doing that shit are now open to having their living and take their means of making a living taken away from them by somebody who can just say, "Oh, I read this manga, it was fantastic. I'm going to use it, but I'm just going to change the art in it."
Okay, so what if they change the art, make the story better, change the characters, maybe change the end plot, and actually appeal to an older adults?
Okay, but that's not the same. It's not the same because they're changing the story. It's not one for one.
But make the story better.
But it still changes the story. You still have to edit the story. You still have to make changes in it to make it better.
Yes.
What I'm saying is if you wrote it and I just literally took your manga and all I did was change the art, the pictures in your art, and then republished it, then they still stole your manga. Yeah. It's just the pictures are different. Okay. So and if you don't take any repercussions against those people, that basically opens up the field for anybody to do that to anybody. It's different. It's not like if they had taken, let's say, for example, let's say you had wrote a game and I took your code, but I didn't put your code in my game. I used it as a reference and wrote my own code to make it better.
Yeah.
I didn't steal your code.
Yes.
I used you as inspiration.
Yes.
However, if I take your exact code and put it in and all I do is change the color on a couple things and make him a little taller, but all the other shit that dictates what he does, like the actual coded things he does, is the same, I still stole your shit. I just changed the art.
So if their code had the same end result, but not the same code, they're in the clear.
Yeah, if they wrote it completely their own way,
Mhm.
but just use you as inspiration for it, that's one thing.
Yes.
So it's kind of like you send me a picture and you're like, check this picture out, right? And I
Yeah,
look at it and
we
I'm
don't have
like,
this
hey, I want to
example
do
before. Yeah, we used
I
this
want to do
example
something
before.
similar, so I put it up over here and I'm looking at it as to give me ideas, but I draw my own artwork.
Yeah.
I didn't steal your artwork. You just inspired me to make mine.
Yeah. So I'm
Whereas
hoping
if I just took your artwork and all I did was change the colors on it, but all the line work and everything, the shading and it was all the same, I still stole it. I just changed the color.
Yeah. So I'm hoping with Nintendo, they just saw the same results in Power Worlds with their investigation. But when you look into the code of it, the results are the same, but I can't say the outcome. The process in order to make the outcome was different. So then
Right.
Nintendo will see, okay, they just took the idea, the premise, the same result, just made it better than ours. We need to do that for our games and stop being lazy pieces of and not doing anything different for the past 20 odd years.
Right.
That's
That's what you're hoping for.
That's what I'm hoping
However,
for. Yes.
if they didn't do that and they went, oh, look, Electric Buzz, this is why Electric Buzz does this. I'm going to copy and paste that over here.
Then
we're
the-
gonna change
yeah,
the
then we're
color,
just
change
fucked.
the name. And then they basically bent over and said, Nintendo, please give it to me hard.
Yeah, and again,
Because-
yeah. Then they're fucked. Then any progression that is Pokemon in general, any progression that is that game will be dead there in the water like a dead fish that got shot thousands of times by itself because Nintendo likes to shoot itself a lot, especially Nintendo. So yeah, do you think even if Nintendo win, let's say Nintendo wins a lawsuit, do you think there'd be any good outcome of it?
No. I don't think there's a good outcome whether they win or lose, honestly.
Why do you think they lose? They wouldn't be a good outcome.
Because what you're gonna do is even if they didn't steal it and copy and paste it,
Yeah.
if
Yeah, all the copies
if
are
Nintendo loses, not everybody knows that's what happened.
Okay.
Now you're gonna have people sitting out there saying, "Well, hey, they went and stole Nintendo's code and they got away with it."
So they're gonna do it.
Now you're gonna get a flooded market
Mm.
full of people that, even though these people didn't do the wrong thing, they don't know they didn't do the wrong thing. They didn't see it. So, hey, if they can do it, we can do it. And now you're flooded with a market.
How could you fix that?
How?
I think
There's no way. There's no way to empirically fix that. The only way you would be able to even half-ass try to fix it is somebody would literally have to live put, this is Nintendo's code, this is their code, this is not the same. It would have to be, people would have to see it and understand it to be able to avoid it. And let's be honest, a large percentage of the world wouldn't know code if it slapped them in the face.
I wouldn't.
So they're not going to know that it's not the same.
Mm-hmm. Unless
So
like the word
the
for word.
layman's, for the layman sitting at home, they're looking at it going, okay, well they built this. It's very similar to this. Nintendo lost, so they must have got away with taking Nintendo's shit. Let me go do copy paste and take Nintendo's shit, change a few sizes and colors, and wham, I'm in it now. And now you've got a flooded market. So what happens is instead of having, hey, let's make things better, you get a market flooded with a shitload of these games, and everybody loses interest because that's all they're seeing. So now the entire fucking mess of the game plummets.
Yeah.
So there's no good side, because if Nintendo wins, Nintendo wins, then people that might be able to take that code, look at it and say, okay, I see what they did here. I like that idea. Let me write my own stuff, that might want to use it as inspiration, are going to be wary of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there is no win in this. The only thing that's going to happen that might be a positive is it's either going to come out that Nintendo falsely accused them of stealing their stuff, or it's going to come out that the other company were really assholes and stole it.
Mhm.
and they're one of the two of them are going to be publicly put on display for whatever they are. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the only positive. But as far as for the actual game genre itself, it's fucked either way you go.
And this is the bad state of it. They could have like took care of this outside of court. So let's say, hey, your system of catching these creature in a spherical round like object that vibrates 3 times. Let's say that's the only reason why they're suing them, and they going, okay, we don't like that. Get rid of that. Changing your games. We're good. They could have done that and been fine with it, and not hurt the industry. Right? If they,
Which is what leads me to think that there's more to it than just what's been released.
Mhm.
Because from a big company standpoint like Nintendo, it doesn't make sense for it to just be those two things.
Well, then again, did it make sense when they shut down the Smash tournament things that were run by private people with their own money, with no connection to Nintendo, playing their games in tournaments? It wasn't make no sense. They shut down a lot of YouTube channels that had, reviews and thoughts and opinions about their video games. Didn't make no sense. Like, why they sued Digimon when they had no copyright? They don't make a lot of sense when they sue and shut down companies a lot of times. But it's Nintendo. They do it because their laws in Japan are different. But we're in
Like I
America.
said, I would say that what surprises me more than anything, the smart thing for them to have done that would have avoided all this, and granted it's not what anybody wants to hear,
Mhm.
Nintendo should have bought Power World.
Oh yeah, they had the money. They have the
If they'd
money.
if they'd have just said, you know what, I see what you did there. That's all good. Okay. I know you fucked me, but instead of getting pissed off, I will give you the money that you want. The
Mhm.
reason you wrote it, I'll give you that money and I'm just going to take it. And that avoids everything, right?
Yeah.
Nintendo would destroy it.
Oh yeah, they would have destroyed it. you're playing right.
They
They
would
would have destroyed it.
because of the fact it is contrary to everything they want.
Oh yeah, all the way. Guns,
That's
violence,
the whole point.
gore, and actual fighting creatures rather than just still frames of things just doing little hand motions or kick motions and something happening and moving around. Because they don't want to put a lot of that effort and work into their games. There's actually danger in the world. The palace can attack you. They don't want that in their video games. They want to keep it friendly for the kids. Now I get that, but what about the other percentage of the large percent of the adults that still play your games?
Forgetting, and that ironically you're fighting against, is they're sticking to their guns, they're sticking to their morals, they're sticking to their principles, which you tell a lot of people, hey, do what's comfortable for you. That's comfortable for them, and then you're turning right around and telling them, no, you can't do that.
Well, okay, wait. That's an oxymoron because, for one, right? They are sticking to their guns by keeping to their fan base. If their fan base is going away from them, their morals as a company is to make money, right? So
No,
if their fan
not
base is moving away from them, they should be trying to keep their fan base. Well, it's
Not necessarily. Companies have mottos. Companies do have things that they follow. Yes,
Okay.
their first god is money. You're
Yes.
absolutely right. But their next god is
is
what they stand for as a company.
okay. So let's say their standpoint is kids, right? Young adults,
Right.
right?
Right.
There are several cases to negate that. I'm talking about all the way back to original, like 64 days. Conker's Bad Fur Day, not for kids. Going 007, not for kids. Was it Blue something? Anyways,
Right.
Not for kids.
Now,
Not modern days.
think
Bayonetta,
about it.
not for kids.
If you think about it, there are certain people that they advertise that to, and then there are certain people they advertise
Okay.
that to.
Hold up, both of y'all. I'm going to weigh in.
Okay, weigh in.
Okay. So you're looking at it as an overall company.
Overall, yes.
Right. That's not what they're doing.
Mm.
They're saying this specific game franchise, their morals were set for kids.
Only for kids. Okay.
This franchise was adult based. What they could have done is bought Power World and marketed it for the adult base.
Very true. Very true.
Okay, what they could have done, and they could have still stuck to their morals with Pokemon for the kids.
The biggest problem though is that Power World looks too much like the
Right. So therein lies the problem. Now, I know for a fact there is different game companies that say we developed this franchise specifically for adults. We developed this franchise specifically for kids. I don't know this for sure. I cannot say this is concrete, but if I were to make an educated guess, I would say if they bought it and destroyed it, it would be because their set group for that particular game style was for children.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want that there for children.
Yeah.
Okay. Not saying that that's right. Not saying that they couldn't have marketed Power World as an adult version of Pokemon. Granted, I get it. It's a lot like Pokemon. You're still going to have kids that are going to try to play it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that. I get the flaws in it. But from a company standpoint, they could have done that and still kind of half-assed kept their morals on Pokemon, but gave the other adult fans kind of what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to do that. They're not going to run a risk of it because, well, that's not what they told do. You yourself have told me Asian culture is finicky.
Do not change. They do not like change.
They do not fucking change. So when they see something like that, they're going, no. So if I acquire it, we're not changing. I'm not making an adult version of it. That's not how we do things. That shit just goes away.
Yeah.
And I understand that. But my point when I brought that up was that was the least impactful to that video game genre is if they had bought it and gotten rid of it than to go through the lawsuit, because either way it goes,
it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah. I think they go through this and Pokemon loses. Everything should be just not declosed, but everything should be open. Like, other than showing the actual codes itself and opening Nintendo to more of that problem, they should just come out and saying, like, they didn't take it. It was not an exact copy of the Pokemon, not exact copy of the code. The same idea was there. We just open it up and just, I wouldn't say omit, right? But in some ways going, yeah, we shouldn't have done it if they don't win. If they do win, we won't hear anything of it. Power will be shut down. Innovation will be done. No one else will try to make anything like it ever again. And, well, then, again, no one wins other than Pokemon with a lot more money in their pockets because Power World made millions of dollars off this game. And I do mean millions with the triple X on the back of it. Let's see. Companies tend to bury things that do not comply with their set standards, and they buy something. It is common practice. Yeah, they could have just bought it. Honestly, that's what I thought they were gonna do. Like, if they were gonna do anything with them, I thought like they would just buy it. Just buy it and then like use their stuff and make a adult version of Pokemon. But yeah, you could have just took it and just kept it as Power World and make it exclusive to Nintendo's platform only, and then all of us PC players would be going, well, guess I gotta buy a Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever consoles that come out on, because they're never gonna make a PC version of this game ever. But yet Sony and Xbox is doing a great job of doing that right now. I love that. I'm glad that they're learning to release their stuff on Steam and other platforms, because they know that I'm still one of those purchasers. I will still buy your stuff. I just can't buy multiple. Unless you make it for like $50 or $100. Yeah, I think I can see this going two ways, and I'm hoping it gets done and gets settled. But
I can see it. I can see it going south either way it goes.
Yeah,
it's a sad thing.
Now that Seth, you brought that up. Yeah, I can still see this is not going to be a win-win for nobody, other than Nintendo if they win. Because, well, if they win, they'll still lose, but they'll still make a lot of money.
If Nintendo wins, they're gonna alienate their some of their base and a story. They can't. There's not gonna be a win for them in that. However, if, like I said, they are specifically, hey, this is meant for kids. Y'all can't just take this from the kids, which is what they're after.
Mm. They're after your kids.
Y'all are fucked.
They're after your kids. They want your kids, even though it's your
just-
money.
There's no real win in it. I mean, it's. I hate to say it, but I'll give it an analogy. It's fucking Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Nobody really won that fucking fight. Not really. I mean,
one looked bad, but they didn't really lose.
I mean, it was a shitload of toxic behavior. In one country, one dude was found guilty. In another country, a chick was found guilty.
Mm.
2 different countries, 2 different outcomes. Both of them got fucked in the end. Amber got screwed a little bit harder, but then again, she shit on his, $3,000 sheet. So, I mean, that being said, but my point is a lot of times in these types of situations, there's not a win or lose. It's just a little bit lesser evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not you're not really winning. You're not really. I mean, it's just you picked a fight. Both of y'all are bloody as hell. It's just one of you motherfuckers are limping when you leave. The other one, he's in a wheelchair rolling away. You know? Either way you cut it, you both got fucked up.
Yeah. It could have been avoided though if they just would have just talked it out, but
no, they couldn't have been avoided because there's always going to be somebody who's going to want to do it the way they want to do it, and until the lesson is learned, that's how it is.
There's always going to be that one motherfucker sitting in a corner office of some company, and there may be one motherfucker in both companies sitting in a corner office, and this bitch may be saying, I know they really don't want to start no shit because it's really not that big a deal, but fuck it, I want to pick a fight. And this guy's over here going, fuck it, bring it. I want to fight. I know they don't really want me to. They say just sell it to you, but fuck it, let's go. Let's just fight. There's always, and everybody else in the company on both sides is going, why are we doing this shit?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
While Twitter and YouTube is egging them on.
Could have done. Not gonna lie. The smartest thing they could have done was not sold the game.
At all.
Do microtransactions.
That
would have been their best bet. Because at that point, they're selling costumes. Or something of that nature. Hey, a way for you to change the colors of your power creatures. Whatever. Would have saved them the heartache because they aren't profiting off the actual game.
Yeah, if they were truly malicious and truly doing something bad, they could have done that to avoid it and saying it's some kind of legal legality.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Malicious or not, the way to have saved the game would have been to do that.
Oh, turn it into a microtransaction.
What she's saying is offer the game for free. You're not making money off of it. And do microtransactions on like skins. Because then you're only profiting off of skins you created.
Like League of Legends.
Right.
Protect against the sale of something that has been created. Notice the wording on that. On the sale.
Yeah.
So if they had not sold it, but was only making money off of the skins,
that's the sale.
They didn't sell the game. So I didn't break a patent because patents only stand up on something that was made for sale.
Is that why a lot of games do transactions only games?
For example,
Get your pack.
Fortnite. Think about it. John Wick, Dragon Ball Z. All those skins, they had to go to the patent owner, ask them for permission to put it in their game, and when they said yes, they sold it and they made money off of it.
Oh yeah, a lot of money. And it just off the
But
skins.
that's how they went about it.
They asked for permission.
Again, that is where Power World fucked up.
I don't think they would have got a permission from the Nintendo or Game Freak going, can I use Pokemon?
They didn't necessarily have to. Think about it like this. In reality, if you patent a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I take that same code, but I put it out there for free. I didn't break your patent because I'm not selling it. It's for free. Now, if I want to make money off of it, I just go make some of my own skins that are custom and have people buy the skins. That's it.
Okay. So, what about Nintendo's game emulators? They don't sell them, but Nintendo still shuts them down.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
What about Nintendo game emulators that they don't sell, but Nintendo still shuts them down? They're not selling the emulator. They're just giving you a skin that plays.
The emulator itself
is actually stopping their process because it is taking.
Robot. Okay, we gotta figure this. Gotta figure this out. Someday we're gonna figure it out.
So, and it only happens in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
For you.
Weird.
For me, it doesn't happen in anything else. But anyway, the point is that okay, so an emulator actually is using the code. It's just emulating it for whatever system you're running it on, but it's still the code.
Yeah.
So you're still stealing it. You're pirating at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You're not putting it out there for free and making your own custom shit to go over it to sell for it. You're legitimately breaking the code, to provide it.
Even though you're not profiting off of it, it's like movies. Copyrights on movies. How many times do people get like busted for pirating a movie?
All the time, I imagine.
It's the same. Literally, it's just on video games.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's weird, but copyright law is fucking convoluted as hell.
Yeah. So the argument.
Just like, did you know back in, I think about probably 10 years ago, that you could copyright something as easily as putting it in the mailbox and sending it back to yourself?
Yes, that was a loophole for some people. I can't remember if it was you or someone else that told me that. But I think the argument with the whole with the emulators, people were saying like, hey, if we're not making money off it, we're game what's the word for, like, not archiving, but like preserving or something like that, because Nintendo
game preservation.
Yeah, game preservation, because Nintendo or other companies are no longer offering said games or said things or said items, and some people even own the games, but just physical form, but they want to keep it in a digital form as well, so they're preserving it.
Okay.
But Nintendo shuts it down. It's like, well, I can't preserve the game now because you shut it down.
They already have the game preserved. A. B. Here's the problem. Take Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Mm-hmm.
If it's out there and you're not making money because they have a digital back, they don't have a way to make the money on the remake.
I'm talking about like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 64. That's something like not everybody's able to have access to it. Kind of like, y'all talked about last week. Not everybody has access to these things. And then someday no one will have access to them because Nintendo never will make any more of them. So it's like, okay, how do we preserve that?
The original code.
Yeah.
And they can remake it.
But they don't. Well, not remake it like Final Fantasy VII, but they don't.
They have that right to, though.
Yeah.
Is the problem. As long as they have the possibility of making money off of it, they're not going to relinquish control.
This is where movies and anime, like that kind of media, differ from video games.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, there's a law that says you can't copy a movie, right?
Yeah.
But you know what the loophole is, don't you?
No, not a clue.
Own a physical copy of it, and you're allowed one digital backup.
Oh, that's like the 64 Nintendo. They give it actually like I have the actual copy of Secret of Mana. I can make a digital copy of that game, and I'm allowed to. But then if anybody else wants to make a copy of that same copy, they're not allowed to do that.
Right.
But when that cartridge burns in a fire one day, well, then that game's lost forever.
Right.
But it's like there's some anime out there that literally to this very day still doesn't have a digital copy, and there's no physical copy at all. Like zero. It's lost forever. And the only reason people know about it because people have trailers of some of those animes that were back then that were on TV, fully aired, and that are no longer in cycle or anything like that. So it's gone forever. And I feel like video games, if they keep it going digital, there will be that day where that game no longer exists in any means at all. And
It's possible.
that's why I think archiving is a good thing. But if Nintendo shows prevalence like, hey, you can't get this physical copy anymore at all, we still have the right to it. You can't have the physical a digital copy of it. Like, well, you're not selling the physical copy no more. Sell the physical copy. No. But why? We'll buy it. We'll give you money. No. Okay. Well, then I guess I'm just out of luck.
Yeah,
So,
basically.
Yep.
so I'm like, that's
It's gotten to a point where people have forgotten what the shit was for.
mm-hmm.
It's for entertainment.
Yeah.
You're so
enjoy.
busy looking at who stole whose stuff or who did what to who and who took what where that yeah, I get it. Nobody wants their livelihood taken because somebody literally stole their work, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean,
Pesson says might be voice server you're using in Discord or the line of traffic your connections through having a bit of congestion. I don't know what that means. You might know that better than I do.
it's not congestion. I know that for a fact. And like I said, I can use any other program and do a call with this and it doesn't do this.
Yeah.
It's only in Discord and it's only I can do it anywhere else and I'm fine.
And of course we had total D&D sessions with no robot. So something between the D&D session and now is doing this weird.
Well, see, when we're doing D&D, I'm streaming. So the mic is technically running through OBS.
Okay.
So when I'm not, because this is just a Discord call for me on my side here, it's only when I'm only in OBS.
Something is not going right here. It's really annoying. Anyways, we're gone almost 2 hours. Wow. What do you think? Okay, real quick. The manga thing. Ideas for a icon for it. You know, I like doing icons for my new things.
So I would take. I'm sure you've got mangas, right?
Yeah, my like these right here that are.
Well, no, I mean, I'm sure you've got a lot of manga.
Oh yeah, I
right?
got a lot of them.
So I would get a place where you could stack up several of them.
Yeah.
Right. And then maybe do a banner with the Grumpy Bear logo across a background of manga standing up where you can see the spines, right?
Yeah.
And maybe have an image of you looking at a manga with like a question mark over your head. Because you're reviewing it.
Yeah, not a thumbnail. I'm sorry if I said thumbnail. I'm talking about an icon, like my
icon?
little, like my little bear with the little exclamations going through here.
Do a Grumpy Bear, kind of like your icon you have for Discord.
Yeah.
But with a manga, kind of up to about right here. You know, like he's reading a manga.
Spine open. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, where you can just see his eyes over the edge and like he's reading.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. That makes that pretty simple, pretty easy. Cause I was trying to think of one because I always make one for each thing so I could differentiate between what you're watching on my channel. Like this is for podcast, this is for my stream, this is for D&D.
I will tell you, if you log into Discord one day and the Corvo Ninja icon is different, it's because I'm literally working on a more Corvo Ninja icon.
I hope I see it soon because I like looking at those things.
Yep. I that's why I post. Everybody's like, you keep posting like different renditions of this overlay and stuff. I was like, I got a friend that if he doesn't see the progression, he'll be like calling me, bitch, why ain't I seeing what you're doing?
I can't even get my input or my thoughts or try to get ideas from it. I get ideas from other people's ideas. That's how I inspire myself. Anyways, so y'all, I don't know if because we went a little later than I normally do. My wife might want date night again. If she does, well, won't be doing a stream this evening. Are you doing anything? Because you're supposed to be 3D printing. Are you gonna have that up tonight? Are you gonna?
It'll be up tomorrow sometime whenever the nozzles come in. I'll make sure I ping you before I do it so you
Okay.
know that it's going to happen.
Yeah, and that is for those who already have not subscribed to his channel on Twitch. That is 3D
Print Ninja.
I think it's 3D.
It's just Print Ninja.
Print Ninja. So be sure to go over there to Print Ninja on Twitch and go and subscribe there. Is Stealthy gonna stream?
Probably not. She's studying her book pretty hard here lately, trying to make sure she's getting ready for us.
I want to continue on the Breath of the Wild game. Damn it!
But you know, I want this so bad that I am literally that I will sit and watch anime or something just to let her study, just because that's how bad I want it.
If I can get done with the book and have my domain chosen, I may stream.
You may stream. Okay. Just let me. Well, I would say let me know. Let me know.
I will ping you. I will ping you if she goes live.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do me a favor. I'm having the same problem with notifications that you are. If you go live, ping me.
I realize on my phone, especially on my phone, that the notifications were turned off. Just not realize that, and I didn't never turn them off. I never turned them off.
You know what happened? It may have happened like it did with mine on your phone. When the app updated, it sets your notifications back to default, which is off.
Why would they do that?
Because they're retarded. I'm sorry.
Anybody here on Twitch, go check your phone and go turn on notifications, because I literally got notifications by my own stream. I'm like, wait. I never get notifications by my own stream. Looked at it and the notifications were on. So I'm like, weren't they always on? Apparently it was off. I'm like, okay. And I got a notification for someone else's stream. I'm like, well, okay, now I'm getting notifications now. So I don't know about Stealthy. That's the one thing I'm going to be worried about. So just ping me anyways. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. Just saying.
Notifications started coming through on his phone again, but he's still nervous about yours. So make sure I double. I let him know, because that's the one that's the one he's worried about.
I don't trust it. Sorry, just don't. Because like I'm not getting notifications, but I started getting notifications now. Why?
I can't wait for you to see the damn horse she got the last time she played.
Literally, right there for Bearthoughts.
Yep. The last time she played, she got. I don't know if you've seen the big ass. You've seen the big ass white horse, right?
Yes.
There is a black one.
A black one? Is that Ganon's horse?
From the first game, it's black with the reddish orange mane, and that
Ganon's
bitch
horse
is as big as the white one.
Oh, yeah, that thing was a bitch catching the first Breath of the Wild.
Oh, and she found a trick. I wish you'd have watched. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to wait until you see it yourself. But there is actually a really weird. I don't know if it's a glitch, a trick, or just something nobody told anybody about.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an easy way to catch horses.
Makes no sense either.
As long as a horse don't jump off a cliff and kill itself and not respawn like it did to me on that one clip of mine, I'm fine. Just don't jump off the cliff.
No, dude, they not even gonna run, bro. And the thing is, it is the weirdest shit, because it's only a specific set of circumstances that happens to you in, and Stealthy realized it. She's like, oh, bullshit. No way. That had to be some, you know how you are. You kind of like, nah. Yeah. So the next time she's running around, she sees this giant ass black horse with orange mane. She's like, for shits and giggles. So she puts herself back in whatever situation she was in prior to catching the last one. She literally walked up within a foot of it and hit hop on, and hopped on that bitch and broke his ass and rode off. And I was like, the fuck? You can't even do that shit with the sneak suit, because they will run off with the sneak suit.
Yeah, if I see it, I'm gonna have to show my wife the trick, because it'll help her when she try to catch her horses. Because shit, we do the regular way.
When you realize what it is, you're gonna look at it. That makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Apparently, there's an easy way of catching horses in the game, regardless of the difficulty of the standards of the horse, without any breaking it in. You just get on it and just ride off.
You still have to break it. You still have to break it, but you can get on it without it running away.
Oh, so you gotta break it. Just get on it without just easy.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't run away. You just basically walk up and jump on, and you break it, and you're gone.
Yeah, you know I can't hear you because the mic does a weird thing.
All right, so I
Okay.
want to say it's easier to break them. I
Yeah.
want to because I remember how hard it was to break this horse the first time in the first game.
Yeah, it took me at least 4 or 5 tries.
No.
One time.
Not what I mean. Not what I mean. Not what I meant.
What's about in the first
Not what I
game?
meant. In that one, you had to.
Robot. Good timing with a robot. Why? God dang it, this fucking robot shit. What? Let's just have a conversation and break you at the right very moment to hear something. Stop it.
It did it because it doesn't want you to know my secret.
Anyways.
No. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember how much stamina I needed the first time that I caught him in Breath of the Wild.
Uh-huh.
That horse is, spoiler alert to anybody that's listening, it is in the second one. It is in Tears in the Kingdom. I know exactly where to find it. So if anybody wants to know, I can tell you. Because I told my eldest.
Leave it in the comments down below and we'll answer it.
I'll tell you where to find it, okay?
Go what?
He will also tell you what set you need, if you want to, of circumstances.
Uh-huh.
Okay? But, here's the thing. I remember I needed almost 3 wheels
Yeah.
to catch him last time.
Uh-huh.
And I remember trying to catch the white one in Tears of the Kingdom recently, and it took almost 3 wheels to catch this one.
Yeah.
Okay? So I figured when I seen it, that it would take my 3 wheels.
Mm-hmm.
However, the certain set of circumstances that allows me to get to the horse without it running away as long as you approach it from the back.
Is it a horse costume?
Yeah, it also reduces the amount of stamina, it seems.
Oh, so it's a double-edged sword.
No.
It reduces the amount of stamina
Like,
needed
instead
to
of the
break
Oh,
it.
needed.
I
Oh.
used 1.5.
Oh, that's cheap. Yeah, that's way
So
easier.
I'm not sure if that was because I wore the suit or the whatever it was. Like, I will tell you everything after the podcast. But
I want to see
yeah,
it.
I
That's what-
barely used any stamina.
Yeah,
For
that's
more details, leave a comment.
yeah. I just can't help but feel like if you walk behind it with a horse costume and on your head and
No.
oh, I know, but you walk from behind it and he's like it doesn't run away. It's like it knows you're coming. Looking back there, going.
I was standing the fuck up and I approached
She
it.
didn't even squat. She just walked right up behind it and goes, "Giddy up!" Okay. now
It's
we're
okay,
out.
Betty. It's okay, Betty. I'm here. Let me mount
Yeah.
you real quick.
Literally, that's all I do is like, hi.
Whoa,
you're
black Betty,
mine
little wham
now.
Whoa, black Betty, little
It's
wham
okay.
me.
It's
Don't
okay. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, it's like that doesn't sound dirty at all.
All right.
Um,
So
I
now,
know, trust me.
now you know if he clicks stop immediately after this, it's because he wants the rest of the story.
All right, but yeah, we'll be live tomorrow, hopefully for the D&D. If not, I'll just go live regular, and we'll reschedule it. I hope I don't have to, but we'll find out. As always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye. Listen, look, my thing's over here. There.
The grumpiest of bears that loves to play, to make people laugh in every way. His jokes are sometimes crude and sometimes ass, with his wife of 15 years that is always having his back. Even when his dogs and cats are being a pain in the ass, he hopes this will always last. Even bring the fun to the masses, rolling to running and beating every dungeon classes. With his goofy faces and voice all over the places, he hopes to never give up on his dreams, to bring joy and even the facts with his laughs. Podcast every week and stream with his friends, to bring that energy like big booty claps. He never gets angry, but sure can get scared. With anime waifus on his side, he's always prepared. Even though he's the grumpiest of bears, this bear's always cool in his chair. Till the end, his dreams always beware, 'cause he coming after you in hopes you'll be there. I hope you'll have a good day, a good night.